Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. We're going to test a bunch of Lunar Beauty products. They had a big sale on their website, and I grabbed all that I wanted to grab from their website because I was eyeing a few products from them and I felt like this was the right time for me to get it. So I have a couple of products with me and we are doing a full face of makeup. We have their new powder, we are testing out their palette, we have a blush palette, we have lip products, we have a bunch of things. So if you're ready to see how I achieve this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, before we dive into the Lunar Beauty products, because the first thing that I want to try is their powder, because I've been hearing so many good things about that powder. I want to conceal my face because the only thing that I've done is my base. I have some foundation, the Estee Lauder foundation, and the Tower 28 concealer that I'm applying right now before we dive into the translucent powder from Lunar Beauty. So are you guys ready? I picked out a bunch of things. So let's start off with their powder. The packaging A++. I love that they go with that moon embossment in everything that they launch, and it looks very elegant. Like, I love the black and the gold. So let's see. I've not used anything. This powder is a medium shade that I picked out. It looks a little dark for me, okay? And I am more of a medium tan. In the pan, it looks like, in the box, it looks a little darker. But I love the embossment. Again, this is like that moon embossment. This is in the shade translucent medium. Hopefully, it's a translucent shade. We'll find. It also comes with a puff, which is beautiful. I love a good powder puff. And this feels luxe, okay? It's like bouncy. It's not like that thin powder. Let's open this baby out. So it has a cap, which is good for traveling. And it is sealed too. So let me open the seal. There you go. And it's the embossment of LB is there for Lunar Beauty, which is good. I like these small details. So now I can just, oh, it has a beautiful scent. It's like a cupcakey scent, I would say. Like something sweet, like baked goodie. I love it. Okay. I love a good scented product. I recently picked out the Huda Beauty one. I'm just rubbing it inside the pan. Why wasting the product? And I don't want too much. So I have a little bit on the back of the sponge. And I'm just gonna take out the creases from the concealer sitting under the eye. And let's bake. Not bake, like set. Very soft. Ooh, smooth. It's smoothened out so nicely. Oh, I like it. Let me give you like a before and an after so that you can see. So obviously this eye is powdered and this is without. So let me give you a close-up. I really love how blurry it looks. It's very blurred out. I don't know if you can see it or not. I really hope that you can. Let's do the same thing on the other eye. If you can see, I am also setting on top of my eyelid because I did have like the leftover foundation on top. And I gently do set my eyes with the powder just because I have like an oily eyelid. If I do not set my eyelids, I tend to crease. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of powder, take it on a powder brush, and I'm just going to set my entire face with it. Well, the scent is amazing. It's not too much. It's like a very light, but like a baked goodie scent. I love. Okay, this is definitely a hit product. In my opinion, I love it. I absolutely love this one. I love that there is a sifter as well as that lid so that the powder doesn't fly everywhere because I'm a messy person, okay? I love this, absolutely. Okay. Let's move on to the next product. And all of this came in like a big, huge box for Lunar Beauty. And I love it. Okay, talking about the blush palette, let's dive into the blush palette. This is not new to me by any means, but I definitely wanted to use this. This is the first blush palette, the Moon Prism blush palette. If you've not seen this, it's a well-loved palette, okay? I really love this one. Okay, so let's take a blush from this palette. Let's take Twilight. And I'm just gonna, look at that pigmentation. Like, are you serious right now? I love it. Like a good peachy blush. It's super pigmented, so you don't need like several layers. Go with a light hand and then build the product, or else you'll end up like me. I'm also gonna hit a little bit of pinky tones too. Let's do a lighter pink, this pink moon shade, and I'm gonna bring that like underneath the eyes and on top of the other blush. It'll most probably be like a pink powder, I would say, and it'll help to melt that peachy blush together. I love it. Okay, next, the reason for my purchase, actually, when they were having a sale, I was like, I need to try this, because I had my eyes on this palette for such a long time, and this was the right time. And I'm talking about Nude Prism eyeshadow palette. Look at the packaging, the cherry blossom. I love it, love it. Okay, let me show you the palette itself. Again, that comes with that moon embossment, the signature for Lunar Beauty, and this is like a raised packaging. It's so beautiful, you guys. And now when you see the palette, you'll know why I picked this up. It's a neutral person's dream. It's such a beautiful palette. It's not new by any means, but I felt like this palette, especially for travel or anything, or for everyday, I wanted to expand my neutral eyeshadow collection because I tend to wear it a lot in like my office life and stuff like that. And I felt like this, definitely I need to have this palette. So I got it, okay? No more explanations needed for this. I'm going to start off with this shade, which is Vibes, which is, where is this? This one, the Vibe shade. And then I'm going to blend it out with this shade, which is I'm Shy. Or should I, okay, let's start off with I'm Shy, which is more of a peachy toned shade. And this, I feel like this would be more like a blending shade for me, which exactly what it is. Like it is more closer to my shade, but just a little bit more peachy. So that will be a good like cleaning shade, blending shade. Now I'm going to go with Vibes, which looks like right up my alley. Like I love shades like this for my transitioning shade. Look how stunning that is. I don't know if you can see the difference or not. I totally can. It's more like that peachy brown shade, but it is definitely a transitioning shade. It's not deep or dark by any means. There you go. Now it gave like a more of a peachy look to the eye. Now let's take the shade Sakura, this one. It looks a little deeper in the pan. I don't know how deep it's gonna be on my, yeah, it's not that deep on me. It looks much more deeper in the pan, I would say. It's more like a mid-tone crease shade for me. So I would say the top row all would be like a transitioning shade, crease shade for me. It's definitely not deep by any means. Can you see that? But again, easily blended out to be more like a transitioning shade. It has like a just different undertones. This has more like Sakura has definitely more of like that reddy undertone. It blends very nicely actually. I am going back into I'm Shy, this one, and then I'm just gonna blend the inner portion of the eyelid because I want to keep it like open and peachy. Let's go into the shade Bloom for You, this darker shade. It's more like reddy tone darker shade. It has a slight pickup in the pan, nothing much, just a little bit. I'm gonna take that in the outer corners and then just damp it right there. So I got the depth. It's not as deep again as it is showing in the pan, and that can be because I've layered it out with a lot of mattes underneath it, but Next time when I'm testing this palette, I'll go from like deeper to lighter shades and see if it plops more deeper on the eyes or not. So let me actually test that out. So because I do not have anything on the lower lash line, let me test. Yeah, see, on the lower lash line, it picks out more color as compared to the upper waterline, and that's because I layered other shades on top of it. But I do have fallout, look at that. So I'm just gonna take Bloom For You and that black shade, deeper shade, mixing and matching on the upper eyelid just to make it a little bit more deep. I'm taking the same shade Sakura, our transitioning shade, and just wrapping it on the lower lash line and just blending the edges just so that it's not stark. The best part is that it's blending out very, very nicely. So yeah, like that. Okay, going back into that apricot shade and just blending the edges. I'm going a lot back and forth on this. I have a little bit of fallout here. It became dark on this area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Bare shade and see if I can use that as a powder, like a brightening powder. Yeah, that will definitely do it. I'm also going to take that Cherry Blossom shade, which is that pink. This one mixed with Bare, just because I don't want too much pink. But yeah, that can also act like a pink powder underneath the eyes. Let me put a little bit of NYX Glitter Glow on the eyelid, just for something to stick on it. Okay, let's start with Laura. This is Laura. Let's start off with Laura and see how deep or light it is. Yeah, that's beautiful. I also want to see if I pick it out with my fingers, is it going to be different or not? It's so creamy. Yeah, definitely more impactful with the finger application, I would say. Just because we're wiping it on our eyelid. It's a very traditional shimmer. It's not multi-chrome, duochrome or anything. Very traditional, very everyday friendly. But super glam too. So that was Laura all across. Let's do the shade. Let's do the shade Star-Crossed, this one. And Star-Crossed is definitely more bronzier on the outer portion of the eye. It's definitely more bronzy. I don't know how much you can see it, but it'll help me to mesh it with that deeper outer corner shade, which I'm just gonna stamp it right there so that again the shimmers can melt into the mattes nicely. My kids are back from school. With nothing on the brush, just melting the edges. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush with the shade Sam, which is more pinkier in person. I'm going to take that on the inner corners. Yeah, all of this is very stunning. It's very dimensional and like everyday-esque. It's definitely, it's different, but I don't know how different does it look on the eyes. Like, I feel like we didn't need so many variations of gold and champagne shades. I felt like the shimmers could have been a little more different. And that's just my opinion, okay? Obviously, it's just my opinion. Okay. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and I'll get right back. The eyes are all done. Let's move on to the lips. I obviously did my lip liner. That I used this Colourpop BFF4 lip liner. So I just outlined my lips. I have two lip products from them, one lip gloss and one liquid lipstick. Let's start off with the liquid lipstick, and this one is in the shade Sailor, and this is more from their recent collection, I think. The packaging is beautiful. Obviously, this is more like a cool tone nude, so I don't know how much it will go with this look, but we'll try. Mm. It's so lightweight. I love that it is a cool tone lip, seriously. That is a stunning shade. Stunning shade. I love it. Oh, I'll get so much use out of this. You have no idea. And the last thing that I have is their liquid, what is this, lip oil or lip gloss? This is the lip gloss in the shade Aura. I had my eyes on this lip gloss for a long time, and I've heard so many people like love their lip gloss. This is how their lip gloss looks. Very similar packaging, except this is white and the liquid lipstick was black. But they have also have that crystal on top, which is very elegant. And this again is like a more of a neutrally brownie pink shade. The doe foot is different. It's a traditional doe foot applicator. Let's apply this. It's more like a milky lip gloss. I love that. It goes so nicely with my look. Let me actually swatch it side by side so that you can see the difference. Let's start off with the liquid lipstick in the shade Sailor. Now this one, as you can see, it's more of like a slanted doe foot applicator. And this is Sailor. Oh my, I love this shade. Like it's a brown, but it has a cool tone brown. If you love a cool tone brown lip, it has like a hint of pink to it. Can you see that? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. I was so iffy about that Sailor shade just because online when you see the bottle, it looks gray. And but I saw like lip swatches of people and it looked such a beautiful shade. And this is Aura, which is the lip gloss, and it's like a neutrally pinky shade. Look how stunning that is. That's beautiful. I love these shades. Beautiful. Okay, let's wrap up our thoughts, okay, because I have some. Okay, let's start off with the powder. Loving the powder. This definitely, it felt like it is gonna be deep, but it's definitely not deep. The packaging A++, the powder puff A++. I love how bouncy it is, how beautiful it is. Oh my god, that just blurred out every imperfection I have on my face. I would highly recommend it. This is very comparable to the Huda Beauty one, but Huda Beauty one is definitely much more thicker. This is very finely milled. I would say if by Givenchy Prism Leap powder was like one shade of color, it would be like this. This is a blurring. Love it, absolutely love it. I have some stunning powders in my collection now. Let's talk about the blush palette. Obviously, blush palette is not new to me. If you love a good blush palette, you just want to own one blush palette and just call it a day, you can go with either of their palettes. This was the first one that I own and I love it. I absolutely love it. I know Manny is like me. He doesn't love a good glowy blush. He likes more of a matte blush. I love that this is matte heavy. There's only one glowy blush here. Rest 5 are mattes and they're more like pinky, like there's neutral tones as well as warm tones as well as cool tones in this. But if you like more of a muted undertone palette and if you're more fairer than me, go with the second version. You'll absolutely love that too, but the quality, stunning. Okay, now let's talk about our eyeshadow palette. The packaging, A++. I feel like this is so beautiful. Like if this was my collaboration, I would have been so happy because this is so girly, so feminine, so elegant. I love it. Comes with a mirror too, which is a plus for sure. Now this palette, I feel like this is more for fair to medium person. If you are more of a deeper skin tone person, I feel like there'll be very less shades that you can use for your skin tone. Obviously, the shimmer shades will all be, it's universal. Anybody can use it. But I feel like for the mattes, because it's a matte heavy palette and you have like 12 mattes in this palette, I feel like the top row is all transitioning shades for me. Even I feel like from the bottom row, these two can easily be transitioning shades for me. And I only get like 3 deeper tones to deepen out my eye look, which, I mean, did I get a beautiful look? Yes, for sure. But I feel like for a deeper skin tone person, it's not like evenly split. Again, we're talking only neutral. So you have like warmer tones, you have neutral tones, you have more cool tones. I also feel like the shimmers if these like 6 shimmers were condensed into 3, I would have not been missing anything. Because it's not so different from each other. I would have loved a good chocolatey brown shimmer. Obviously you do have like a light pale white icy shimmer too, but let me swatch it for you guys so that you can understand what I'm talking, because when I swatch it you'll exactly know what I'm talking about. Exposed and star-crossed. So that is the shimmer shades of the palette, and you can see like it's similar, right? Like this is a deeper tone, this is a light tone, rest everything looks more like, you know, pinky or goldeny. I would have not missed if this was like a 4 shade or a 3 shade. I would have gotten a similar look on my eyes. And even talking about the mattes, let me just quickly swatch it and show it to you, because I feel like it's gonna be, where should I swatch it? Is it different? Yes, but is it that different? No. I feel like if you are more of like a lighter skin tone, you can see the difference. But for like a skin tone like me, I don't think these would be so different from each other. So those are the deeper shades of the palette, which I appreciate that it is there. And those are all like the transitioning shades. So you can see there's a vibe. You'll get a pinky peachy look, and that's the shimmers, right? The quality is there. There could be more variety, especially when you're playing with, how many shades are we talking? 18 shades. There definitely could have been a more variety. But again, the quality is really good. If this is your jam, if you love a good neutral look for every day, and that's all that you wear, this would be stunning for you. Stunning for you. Ideally, if you are more like a fair light medium skin tone, you would absolutely love that. Liquid lipstick as well as lip gloss, I feel like that's beautiful. Like these tones, the tones that I picked out, I feel like that's stunning. Like I can definitely see myself grabbing more lip products from them. Eyeshadow formula, is that my favorite eyeshadow formula that I've tried so far? Not really. It's not pigmented all at once. You have to build it up. I would say I prefer other indie brands formula a little bit more than that. And also variety. You heard me talk about it. It could have given us more variety rather than like a single tone in that palette. But yeah, do I feel beautiful? Yeah, I do. I really love the way how everything turned out, and definitely the standouts for me were the lip products and the powder. Like I love it. Love it. Obviously blush palette, stunning. Stunning. Like don't even get me otherwise. I like the palette. It's not like my tippy top favorites, I would say. But that's all for today, guys. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do let me know in the comment section below. Do you have anything from Lunar Beauty that you absolutely love and adore? And if you know my style of makeup, do let me know which one do you recommend to me. So if I have like a sale next time, I can grab that. But that's all for today, guys. If you did like it, that's all for today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.